So Dead Rock Chapter 1 just came out, and it is as hype as we expected it to be. Even more! Mashima cooked really good this time, once again. So what is Dead Rock about? Who are the characters and is it worth it? I'll give my answer for these questions in my video. But first, hi, my name is just some space guy, but you can just call me Space G. I would really greatly appreciate if you would like this video and subscribe maybe. It is a great help for me, but makes me reach my goal of 1500 subscribers till the end of the month much faster. But now, let's get back to the video. So the chapter starts out with a guy who is literally named God welcoming the new members of the Dead Rock School in goddamn hell. He says that those who graduate from the school will be granted the human realm. This pretty much sets the stakes of Dead Rock manga pretty high from the get-go. Those who graduate from the school will end up becoming rulers of the human world, meaning the god guy is already extremely powerful and dangerous if he is capable to grant you control over the human world. Our MC is highly excited to join and enter Dead Rock School. Yakuto at first impressions looks like a lost kid who is afraid from conflict and will apologize if he does something bad. But it's kinda strange considering that he is in hell. In contrary what some people might say, his personality is nothing close to Natsu, his first impression is more that of Shiki, but still pretty unique and far different. He looks like a lost kid, but the fact that he is there is always giving red flags that he is strong. What he proves instantly. He gets stepped on, but instead of dying, he straight up lifts the giant and throws him back. Like this is chapter 1 of the manga, and Yakuto is already deadlifting multiple tons with ease. But getting back to the plot, God says that those who graduate from the school will get the human realm, but there is a catch. There is always a catch. Just to enter the school and get selected, you have to fight your way through a maze filled with gigantic man-eating monsters. Selection process is straight up a survivor horror game. Mashima didn't joke when he said that this is a dark fantasy. Now as the story progresses, we shortly learn about the characters who are going to become the main characters. All these characters being related to some kind of gods or mythical beings related to gods. The first character is literally descendant of Thor, and this character is actually pretty interesting. He's called Honey, he looks goofy but he's definitely strong, and is actually probably the most sane person in the entire competition. We also got our first ever piece of world building. Apparently hell is made out of different layers. Way deeper the layer is, more dangerous the place is. I absolutely dig this concept, because with this we can determine how powerful an enemy going to be. The character with higher layer number will be bigger threat than the character with lower number. This also could be used for beautiful world building, for example, making each layer like a different biome with different aspects to it, like a fire layer, a water layer, and so on. This concept alone has so much potential, and I really hope Mashima will do something about it. We also learned about the abilities of the main cast and how powerful they might be. Freyr destroyed every building in her realm. Fenrir set his entire layer into an eternal winter, meaning each member of the main cast is already extremely powerful. Mashima doesn't mess around, this is probably his strongest starting cast like ever in his career. And the Dead Rock School is supposed to make these characters who graduate even more powerful, like it's like training ground and something, so they could rule the human realm, at least most of them. Because some like Honey for example has a different plan, he wants simply to observe and study them, the humans. But it's actually quite interesting and cute in my opinion, because everyone wants world domination when I want to study them. Unfortunately he gets knocked out by the Minotaur guy, who started having beef with the MC, with Yakuto, at the start of the chapter. And he just doesn't know when to stop. Unfortunately, he picked the wrong target because despite Yakuto giving the impression of a weak, innocent guy, he's ready to murder anyone who makes him angry or cross the line. And he finds this out the hard way. Yakuto straight up pulls out Acnologia's fucking arm, tearing the entire arm off of the guy like it is made out of paper or something. Then he proceeds to punch the guy so strong that he flies across the open space and fucking dies. One thing I wasn't expecting to show up in the Dead Rock manga is goddamn Acnologia. Like I was expecting references here and there, like in Eden Zero, but he straight up pulled out his arm and murked the guy. All while Acnologia's image is in the background, making it clear as hell that this isn't just a reference, that's his fucking arm. The guy's rocking Acnologia's power, and I don't know how he get it, but I have a feeling we will learn it really soon, and I am going to be disappointed if this is not his arm. It's just a reference or just something similar. I really hope it's his arm. Now after the exam ended, we just truly learned how brutal it truly was. At the start there was more than 1000 demons who wanted to enter Dead Rock. 985 of them died. An entire army full of demons just died trying to enter the school. And only 7 people passed the exam. Out of 1000 people, 7 was strong enough to actually survive the entrance exam. People were dying like flies. Mashima straight up decided to make a bloodshed in the first chapter of the manga. There's also one guy who is missing. He neither died, neither escaped or entered into the school, giving the vibes that he might be one of the antagonists of the story. He will definitely be important later on. There are currently a total of 200 students, and only 2 or 3 will pass. Meaning Mashima didn't just make a bloodshed, the first ever chapter, but he is planning on continuing it. That means don't get too attached to anyone from the main cast, expect Yakuto of course, because there is a high chance they will be murked really soon. So each main cast member is actually linked to a god or a godlike being from all over the place on the world. One is Thor, Ian is Fenrir, Fire is Infrit, Mikoto is Leech, and Yakuto is a black dragon. Yeah, I wonder what that is. But this is where Mashima dropped a heavy bomb. Mikoto straight up says that all dragons went extinct. Sounds really familiar? I wonder from where? Firetail. Acnologia murked all the dragons there, leading them to go extinct. And Yakuto is rocking that Acnologia arm pretty clearly. If my instincts are right, Dead Rock is actually a Firetail spin-off what Mashima will use to introduce the gods and set the storyline in action from Firetail what got kinda sidelined. And that's Ragnarok. You don't believe me? Nearly all the players in the class are from Norse mythology, with few expectations. Fenrir, Black Dragon, Thor. All these characters play a role in Ragnarok. But this topic is for another video, what will come up soon. So as the chapter gets close to the ending, we see Yakuto ask the professor what will they actually say the human word. What he gives the response that the human word is enormous, so each person who graduates will get a part of said word, and they will rule that part of the word. Yakuto asking if there is one or more human words is suspicious. According to the professor, there is only one, but in Firetail there are multiple ones, like Edolas, Elantir and Earthland. Yakuto specifically asking if there is one or more could imply that he knows something what isn't revealed yet, or he is from the human world. Yakuto then asks if humans are treated well in said world by those who graduate, and the professor gets all triggered and goes full Kanye West, before Yakuto straight up murks the guy in cold blood. He crushed his head like if it would be a balloon, showing once again that he is someone you don't want to mess with. He might look like an innocent kid who is shy, but he's actually a cold-blooded killer who will put you on a t-shirt the moment he gets the opportunity. Most Mashima MCs only kill if necessary, but will definitely hospitalize you if you give them a reason. But Yakuto, he skips few steps and sends you straight to Jesus. And this isn't even where him being a menace stops. He straight up revealed what will the story truly be about. It is going to be about him trying to fucking kill God. Deadrock just started and it didn't just meet my expectations, but it far surpassed them drastically. Deadrock is straight up peak fiction from chapter 1, and I can't wait what will happen next. Mashima cooking peak fiction right now. That's it for today, and don't forget to leave a comment about how you like Deadrock so far, and see you guys in space. Bye!